Hi folks, Money Rider Boys back again. We'll take a brief look at what's happened the last 5 days at Ascot, and then we'll touch on the World Cup since we're all fans, obviously. Just a little important game today.
Kind of waiting to go somewhere, but
well, get this done.
Yes. So, yeah, obviously an interesting Ascot, lots of highs and lows. What are your thoughts on that?
highest or best part of that week for me was Alpha Centuri.
Then threading with a silver jacket from Clemmy in the blue and orange. Aim of Artemis is weakening away, and Alpha Centuri has gone for home now. She's kicked 3 lengths clear, heading down towards the last furlong, and she's stretching further away from threading and Voracious. Alpha Centuri pounding clear on the run to the line. She's 5, 6, 7 lengths ahead. A star in the making. Alpha Centuri wins the Coronation Stakes. Hard held, threading up for second. Voracious is home in third, and Bilstonbrook are never near a fourth.
I think you can agree as well.
She was good
on that one. That was blistering.
She was very good.
I think a lot of people assumed she'd do very well, considering you got in there the French 1,000 guineas, the British Bilstonbrook was in there. Obviously, she won the Irish. Clemmy was in there, so it was a very good tough race. But what course record?
Yeah,
sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They turn for home. Couldn't have looked more comfortable,
No.
and a couple of slaps down the neck, and she took the race. There was not even any doubt. A furlong out was there.
that's
really,
what you're looking at. So when you're turning that bend and everything else is
It's
hard
so
at
pretty.
work, and she had a gap, so there was no issues of getting out.
Just edged out. She was by the rail, wasn't she? Just edged out to see a bit of daylight.
Yeah,
And I just thought that was brilliant to see. And Jesse Harrington, I mean.
yeah, the Hamiltons were really sweet on it before. I mean, I think it went off sort of joint favourite with Clemmy. And then sort of
O'Brien.
faded into that's the O'Brien side of it. But you know, plus some very good wins last year as well. But now I think we've seen a new star on the horizon. I think that's what they said in the commentary as well, and like, the way she won it, going away by that as well.
Yeah.
You know,
And it seems like whether it's jumps or flats, she knows how to win.
Yeah, not too many trainers can do both, can they? You know.
No, so that's
so fair play
definitely
to
a testament
Harrington.
to their ability there, isn't it?
Yeah,
really? So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's definitely a highlight for me. I mean, there's a couple of lows as well, wasn't there? Well, not lows, a few disappointments. You touched on one, didn't you, when you were there on the
It was
Tuesday?
there Tuesday, and again we made it a 2-horse race, didn't we, beforehand between Battash and Lady Aurelia, who are over that distance just sprint kings.
Yeah.
But again, someone else emerged from the pack, and Blue Point. Lady Aurelia was never travelling. I don't know if there's been any news since that, or whether it was just an off day. Battash ran his race, but just got beat by Blue Point, the Godolphin horse in the end, who again just looked like to have plenty in hand. It was a brother-in-law obviously came with us, and he got a connection in that yard. Friends of friends who did text him that morning and said that Blue Point would need to run a career best to win it. But actually when it did that,
Yeah.
we didn't take that as a tip, so we didn't get on it at 6-1, but whatever. And we both sort of lumped Lady Aurelia, but
I think most of the people that were there that day, by the sounds of things, Lady Aurelia went off quite a heavy favourite in the end, considering everyone assumed it was a two-horse race. But Blue Point.
It's what she's done at Ascot before, so again, people get reeled into that. It was actually quite funny. We was chatting to a lad on the train on the way up there, and we were talking about the races for the day, and we mentioned Without Parole. He actually had it down as his lay of the week. Remember when we did something like that? And,
we did that. Got called out in front of thousands. Actually, that was the awkward one.
And again, Without Parole's run it extremely well.
Yeah.
Gosden did say last time out at Sandown, because again we did touch on the performance at Sandown, won just about, but apparently was only 70% fit that day, and the ground was nowhere near what the horse wanted. So back on good ground, back over the right trip, and a fully fit Without Parole, and again I think there's another star there as well.
Yeah.
But again, it was a fantastic week, wasn't it? As always.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, we all sort of, we're all fans. We all saw what happened. So it's not really much point sort of going over the results. We all know
We've all watched it.
Yeah.
There's no point now.
But talking about disappointments to the World Cup then.
not this time.
Well, apart from us in many ways.
We're flying.
Yeah.
And 11-1 outrights at the moment we are.
Unbeaten as well, aren't we?
Yeah, and that will continue after filming. We will
obviously been some very like near miss games, isn't there? With Iceland the other day, could have done everyone a favour, and Sweden last night could have all done us a favour as well.
But I mean, even looking at that, I mean, look, we were just saying before filming, weren't we, that Brazil 9-2 joint favourites with Spain. Both teams look very unimpressive at the moment.
Yeah.
It is purely based on. I think the bookies are putting it on what they're capable of, as opposed to what they've proved.
Yeah.
Shake it
Even
back.
Germany's still in there at sevens.
That's an insult to us, if anything, at the moment.
Yeah.
But, unbeaten and.
Do you know what? Croatia at 12-1, I'd take that one at the moment.
So that was a game.
A cracking game the other night.
But I mean,
well, I'm not sure. I mean, you know, Portugal. Let's, you know, if we're touching on Spain's group, we're talking a one-man band, aren't we? You know, at the minute. Again, that's not just you know, football.
No, they've scored 4.
Yeah,
he's got 4.
He's got 4. So they're heavily reliant on what he's doing. Spain, I think, in fairness, have actually played pretty well. I watched them when they played Portugal. That game is actually probably the best one so far. Not for just being 3-0, but you know.
Do you not find though that they're not? On touching on that game, they were very good, but they were only playing against a one-man team, as we just touched on, and then they go to play Iran and scrape a 1-0 win, which could have been a draw as well.
All I would say on that is, on both occasions, you've got two teams, Portugal and Iran, that are basically every man behind the ball.
Yeah.
Every man behind the ball.
Yeah.
I watched the Iran game against Spain. They did have a few attacks on the break. They did have a goal disallowed. They did have a right good go at it. But it's 10 men behind the ball, and it was just try and grind it out.
Yeah.
Iran had already, you know, done their win, so a point for them would have been ideal
anyway.
They tried to shut up shop. Eventually, Spain did break them down, but I think you're talking something like in the 80s in terms of possession.
Yeah.
So I think that you've got to take that into consideration. But some of the football Spain have played, I think Spain have been the sort of the standouts in terms of what they're actually trying to do. I think they've got the right bee in their bonnet over the way things have gone in the Championships and the World Cup last time, and the Euros.
And obviously, it didn't start great for them, was it? Losing the manager.
Yeah, of course. I was going to say, of course,
So I think Heroes sort of gone in there, galvanised them, and sort of said, look, you know, this is our time. Because a lot of that is the same group of players. You've still got Iniesta in there. Of course, he's only doing an hour, you know, because of the age thing. But it's the same group of players, so they are hungry for it. But
I was having that discussion just the other night with someone saying there's a few teams out there that this is one of their last chances to really
Germany
to do something.
They're another team.
You know, aging teams that have been together and seen the fruits of that for a while. But they're now getting to that age where.
That's why I said it before the Germany-Mexico game. I said if you look at the German team, they are there for beating. Don't care who you are. They are there for beating. Sweden nearly proved a point, bar for a couple of clumsy challenges and stuff like that. Mexico, their defence, when someone counter-attacks on Germany, you think they're going to concede every time, didn't you? Boateng, well, now he'll miss a few games. Hummels isn't getting any younger.
They certainly don't look solid.
They are so exposed at the back when teams attack with pace, which England are capable of doing, by the way.
The problem you've got with Germany is, well, I said, they're playing tournament football. They've got a certain way of doing things. They've had the same manager for a long time. They're playing fullbacks that like to bomb on. Kimmich, especially on the right hand side, so far up the pitch it's untrue. Now that goal against when they conceded against Mexico, I don't know if anyone spotted it, and again I laugh because I'm an Arsenal fan. The only player tracking back was Mesut Ozil. Now you stick a red shirt on him, and you can't get him to do that for nothing on Monday. But for Germany, he's in the penalty area trying to stop a goal. But that's what I'm talking about. You know, the people that just they're when they haven't got the ball, they look like they're in disarray. Kroos has sort of lost some area of sort of discipline as well at the minute. He's so far up the pitch because again, teams are sitting back and they're hitting him on the break because they're concentrating so solely on attack. We need to score this goal. They're forgetting to shut up shop. Centre halves are past the halfway line.
Yeah, they mentioned that actually on the I think it was the ITV coverage. Is the ITV going on? Yeah, and he was saying about how he feels that they're like stuck between two formations at the moment. He was saying
they don't really know what they're playing.
But he was saying about, you know, like obviously half the team plays at Bayern Munich where Pep was in charge and he had his way of playing it, and Joachim's got his other way of playing it. So
of course you've got the back three there. You've got Hummels, you've got Boateng, you've got Kimmich. You're all at Bayern Munich. Again, they've got a certain way of playing, and again, if you're at Bayern Munich, you're used to having the football, and not a lot of teams are gonna hurt you. Even now, the German league is not as strong as it used to be. Bayern have it sewn up pretty much by Christmas. So it's not as strong as it was. They're used to having the football, and again, they've got used to playing a certain way. And you've got quick teams like Mexico that, again, hitting on the break, if your centre halves are on the halfway line, there's no risk of being offside.
Yeah.
You've got two full-backs that are up in the opposition penalty area, don't know what to do.
Even Hernandez, not the youngest of Mexican players, let's be honest with you.
Yeah.
He was still was walking past their defence, and that's what I mean. I you can't ever rule out Germany as last night proved, but this year, if done correctly, if they make the, if the groups finish as they do and they struggle, their next round 16 is Brazil.
Yeah.
That strike force that could literally switch from 4 years ago to 7-1 that Germany did on them. You can see it because they're so exposed, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's a tough one, but
well,
I mean,
we can't all just focus on Germany's demise as much as we'd like.
We enjoy it though.
We can also enjoy Argentina's.
Just as
the best. I mean, I don't know if anyone else really got a little buzz of watching Maradona almost die a little inside.
Well, do you know what he said to the manager after they didn't win the first game? He actually, apparently this is a rumour, but
I've heard he's not short of a few words. For
I'm inclined to believe it. I know him and the national coach don't get on as a rule because again, I think they not swap jobs, but you're out, I'm in kind of.
Yeah.
And I think he basically sent a message to the effect: if you don't win the next game against Croatia, don't bother coming back to Argentina.
Well, they want him out before the next game.
Yeah.
A lot of the players, a lot of fans want him out before. That's ludicrous, though.
And again, you're looking at that side.
As I said, strange looking bloke, and then like I say, it does look like he's going to show you a timeshare, or owns a bar in Marrakech.
Shots.
You've got that side as well that just cannot defend for toffee. And again, which is scandalous, really. They've got Caballero in goal, who's
a joke.
He's got his chance to be pure luck. Sergio Romero's number one, but just before the tournament, what he was trying to do the other night, trying to chip someone in his penalty area.
Good finish though.
But again, he spent years at Man City playing a certain way, which isn't lump the ball up the end of the pitch.
No,
he's trying to be clever. He's been caught out. Again, you've got another scenario that it shouldn't be all heavily reliant on Messi when you look at the embarrassment of riches they've got, especially at the other end of the field. But they are. And all I've seen from Messi so far, he spent more time on the halfway line than he has actually attacking, just to try and.
he doesn't look happy. He's not enjoying his football because he's fully aware of the job that he's got to do, which is carry that nation, which, like you said, shouldn't be doing. You've got Aguero, you've got Higuain, you've got behind him, you've got Mascherano, so he shouldn't need to be dropping back. I mean, what is he doing in his own half?
I get the strong feeling that. Because let's face it, he's already retired once and come out retirement because he had little Paddy last time out. I can see the same thing happening again.
This will be his last.
I think after this tournament he'll jack it in and just.
I heard someone describe them as like 5 forwards and then like playing in front of 5 defenders, if you know what I mean. They just literally were just saying that they were effectively 2 teams and no one was interested in doing anything other.
They've just become very easy.
There's no one winning the ball.
They've just become very easy to defend against because
and break down on the other side.
Their philosophy is get the ball to Messi. He gets crowded out very, very quickly, and he can only go so far. But
so I mean, obviously on that basis,
they're in trouble as well. Yeah,
we're effectively saying it's all you.
I don't want to jump the gun and all that. I'm a Spurs fan. I know how to do these ones at the year.
Don't want to jump the gun.
Listen, we've got 2 hours till kick-off, which means we've got 4 hours before we either agree heavily with what you just said, or we don't.
I think the 3. So I mean, what are we so silly like 1 to 5 on? It's Panama. Let's be honest with you. They got through on a goal that probably shouldn't have stood. Their qualifications. They're very fortunate to be in this tournament on that basis. They're happy to be there. I don't think they've come in near with any aspirations of anything else other than if we get a shot away,
we'll be happy.
We'll be happy. So, yes, it's all about getting the 3 points, regardless of if it's 1-0 or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as an England fan, watching Belgium did yesterday, tearing apart Tunisia, who gave up. Anything less than 3-0 acceptable?
No, probably not.
It's
not to me, no.
It depends. It depends what Panama come out. If you've got Panama that come out and they want to try and play football, then you'll put 3-4 goals past. If you've got a Panama that come out and just want to sit and just damage limitation, then they are going to be very, very hard to break down. Let's not read too much into Belgium yesterday, because the difference that you had Belgium playing Tunisia yesterday, Tunisia had to win the game.
Okay? They didn't have
Tunisia,
a choice,
for the first 15-20 minutes against England, shut up shop.
If
we could finish, which we clearly cannot, we would have been home and hosed.
Yeah, and we had plenty of chances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. And Belgium did still concede 2 goals yesterday.
They did indeed.
You know,
yeah.
granted one of them was.
Was it 2 goals they conceded?
Yeah, it's 5-2.
Oh, see,
So granted, one of them was in the 93rd minute when nothing was happening. Fine, game's over.
Well, they
but
clearly switch
still,
off.
They switch off.
Yeah.
They do switch off.
Yeah.
And they are gettable at the back again because they're playing fullbacks that are halfway up.
I think anyone that's, it's certainly my opinion of football, anyone that's actually played football, I think, I personally have always been a firm believer in that 90% of football, to me, is who wants it more, really.
Yeah.
And I think if you've got a team of 11 players, or even a team of, like, even with a man down, I still think if you generally want that ball more than your opposition, you can get a result. Of course you can.
Well, I think today will be slightly different. So I think there's going to be changes, some forced, some unforced.
Yeah.
One of which, obviously, Dele Alli. I don't think he's playing. Well, he's not
No, he's
playing,
got-
so that's not happening. Hopefully, that brings in Loftus-Cheek, who I'm a big fan of.
The smart choice is
biggest-
Sterling.
The
for
biggest
Rashford.
rumour is that Sterling doesn't play. I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone saw it on Sky Sports, but the media somehow managed to snapshot one of our coaches with what looked like the team sheet for the next game, and Sterling wasn't on there, which did make me laugh. I get the feeling he probably will play because he's the sort that needs an arm around him and will cry his eyes out if he doesn't. That's being harsh, but I did think he was pretty horrendous last time out anyway. But
For a bloke of his capabilities, with what he's shown us here, you expect.
Oh, he
more.
scored enough goals at
Yeah.
City this
I
year.
mean, he's
He's missed
he's
more than
missed
he's
a few as
scored.
well, yeah. So, which was the case against Tunisia.
If
I
you-
mean, we could have put them out. We could have won 5-2,
Yeah.
5-1.
If you count the chances that he's getting at City, that he's getting 10 a game and he's scoring 2, you know, fine, well done. Your goal tally looks great. But if he could actually finish, I mean, if you go back, when they beat us 3-1, Arsenal fan, when they beat us 3-1, he put one over the bar. He put a one-on-one that he he was.
And he has got Aguero and De Bruyne and Sane
Exactly.
and Silva putting it on the plate for him.
Exactly.
Where this
A
game,
lot of his goals he scored have been tap-ins.
where you've got to realise with the England squad is alright. Maybe the quality isn't as high as that. Obviously, it's not, but it's not far behind it.
No.
So when given those chances, you have to make the most of it, and he hasn't. So.
All right, well, let's talk about goal scoring. Let's have a look at the top goal scorers then for the tournament. Obviously, Ronaldo's got 4.
Ronaldo for Ronaldo.
Lukaku's got 4. Costa's got 3. Kane's got 2.
Makes me laugh on that when you look at the betting. So you've got people like Lukaku, who's got 4. Neymar's got 1.
I would be jumping on Neymar at
20 to 1, yeah, that's what I was
purely
thinking of.
because Brazil are going to go further in this tournament than most of those teams.
But do you think they'll go further than Belgium?
Yes.
Because you look at the side of the draw that Belgium could have if they win the group, they could avoid a lot of the bigger clubs.
All you've got to look at is going into this last game, if let's say we're both level on 6 points, who's actually going to want to win? Who's going to want to top that group?
Yeah.
So again, people assume that topping the group is the be all and end all.
Well, I
It's
think
not,
Martin
because
is-
other teams are slipping up.
Yeah,
You could
it's the
have
way
the
it's
likes of
gone,
Brazil,
yeah.
Germany,
Yeah.
Spain, all finishing second in their group. People
Well,
ain't going to fancy it.
like we were saying as well, like we were touching on, the sub 65 minutes into the game yesterday, he took off, Martinez took off Lukaku.
Oh, he's got a knock.
So
he's got a knock, so he's a doubt.
Looking
actually.
at that, I mean, on 4
Yeah.
goals, it's still quite
He
convincing.
is a doubt for the next game.
Can you see
Yeah.
Can you see Ronaldo, or Portugal, going far enough?
No,
I mean, he'll still keep scoring. They got Iran.
that is
next.
the thing.
Yeah.
That could go into double figures if he had his way. So
Yeah.
he could though. Do you know what I mean? If
That's why he could have had 5 when he came on yesterday if he could finish. He was
Yeah.
only on for 20 minutes, and
Yeah.
the hatful that he missed,
So if we-
it's open.
You're looking at the odds now, both of you. You've got the odds up as well. Faster go. Here's a tenner. Top goal scorer.
Neymar.
You got Neymar.
Yeah, I
Just
would
because of the
take
odds,
20s.
or-
I would take 20s. I can't be having a tenner at Ronaldo at 9-4 because I don't think Portugal will go as far
No.
as some of the other teams. Neymar, he's the talisman for Brazil. Brazil
Yeah,
Brazil are
looking
gonna do
looking
well
at
in this
those,
tournament.
looking at the betting, they're going obviously right away down. So they haven't scored yet, but it does stand out here, doesn't it? I mean, like you say, because you've got to look at the other options. It's like,
You've got
you know,
Griezmann at
if
4.
Lukaku's not, I mean, that's him out for a few games or whatever. You know what I mean? Hazard, well,
20s.
he's 20s, but he ain't there forward. So you shouldn't imagine really that like an attacking midfielder type role is going to be the top goal scorer. You think it's going to go to a goal scorer. I'm not saying it can't, but
Well, you look at, let's give you France for example. You got Griezmann in there and Mbappe, 33 to 1 and 40 to 1. They play again. If Mbappe and Griezmann play, they're playing a 3 just behind a 1 forward.
Yeah.
But Mbappe's never. He's 19. He's not disciplined enough to just sit there. He's bombing.
Yeah.
And he's a threat every time. I mean, 33-1. Griezmann again. If you're assuming that France are going to do well in this tournament, at 40-1.
See, on that basis, then I will go with Neymar's countryman Coutinho. Because if you were talking prices and who's going to go further, he just needs a couple of free kicks from decent areas, or not even free kicks, free play. He proved with his first goal at 25-1. Yeah, got him.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Unfortunately, Neymar pulls rank with free kicks, but Coutinho can score from.
He can hit from.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your thoughts on that?
As I say, like I say, if you're going to, like I say, it depends whether you're trying to sort of put your money on whether it's going to be an out-and-out goal scorer that does it, or whether it's going to be someone like, like that sort of attacking midfielder role. You know what I mean? I think at say 20s, I think like I say Neymar just stands out to me really. Unless like as you say, unless you look a little bit further down and say, well, maybe if Griezmann clicks and.
He's got one. It was a penalty. France haven't been great yet, but
they've got a decent side. But
you're going to assume they're going to progress fairly well.
They'll have to click at some point.
Yeah.
It feels.
So I'd be possibly between the two of those. Right now, given on what's been shown, I'd probably just edge Neymar at the moment.
Well, there's a debate. Let us all know who you think is going to be.
Absolutely.
Golden Boot winner.
So what should we have a look at then? What about Golden Glove? Because obviously there's been some. Sort of poor goalkeeping.
No one can keep a clean sheet for my money at the moment, don't they? To be fair, it's a tough one because I think that falls down mostly on, like we were talking about, the defences. There is no country that has gone in this with a rejuvenated young defence, bar England. If we're being honest, like we were saying, Germany, aged, not changed for 4 years. They've got 4. They weren't young then. Brazil, exposed. Just because they got out David Luiz, it doesn't mean that they've been proved that they can concede goals. France can't get a clean sheet.
They've conceded one, and I think that was a penalty.
It was.
The Australian
There's been plenty of goals, isn't there? So
I quite rate France at the back anyway. I think Titi from Barcelona, Varane at Real Madrid as well. They seem to be a decent.
Juvenile giving away that penalty that he did. Well, I mean, his arms don't need to be.
There.
But like I say, if we're talking golden glove, I think Spain have thrown away a few chances of that, and they really don't concede 3 in the first game.
No,
because they will concede as the further they progress. That's just the way it is, more than likely. Whereas, like you say, I think, to be honest with you, I think France would be a hard push to.
Well, I don't think Uruguay have conceded yet either.
No, that's true.
Yeah, again, nothing games, but who knows? Even the Russians. Is it still Akinfeev? I don't know.
I think so.
Home turf, and it makes a difference. South Korea. Got to the semi-finals of their own tournament, so let's see as that goes. But Golden Glove, I think it's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
I think Lloris probably might
say the French.
Yeah, to be fair, the French on that one. It is what it is on that one.
Okay. But what else can we have a look at?
VAR. I just want to quickly touch on that.
Go on. Yeah, by all means. Yeah.
Yes or no?
What, for having it?
Yeah. Will it improve the game?
No. Do you know what? I'm a great advocate of.
Human
don't
error.
Fix what isn't broken. I think the problem you're going to have with VAR is it was designed to put in place so that it stops mistakes. It's not cutting out mistakes, and it's still giving pundits plenty to talk about because they're making mistakes over the VAR rather than actually getting the decisions wrong. But I like the controversy because was it a penalty? Was it not a penalty? Was it a
human error?
Not?
Was part of it.
I like that. Because throughout the course of a season or a tournament, I believe those things sort of even themselves out. You'll be moaning 1 week that you didn't get the penalty, and then it goes in your favour 2 weeks later. So for me, I'm not a fan.
Sepp Blatter's coming around his house later. What's the game with
him? He's dropped an email.
I'll have a word with Sepp Blatter, trust me. But a few things I'd like to say to him.
It's a tough one.
It's been interesting, I'll say that. I think, like I say, I think some things they got right with it, and other things they got really wrong with it. And it seems a little confusing, doesn't it? People seem to be not really knowing where they stand. You've got some players going, VAR, and the rest like, what are you on about, mate?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They don't.
Some
referees got it right.
Some referees use it well. If you've got a referee that's stamped his authority on the game early on, he's quick to have a look at it. He's quick to make his decision. Now, what you've got is when things are happening, regardless of what it is, whether it's a tackle, was it controversial, was it a penalty, wasn't it? The referee's straight away, he's got them in his ear, so he is listening. So if he's playing on, it doesn't mean it's not being looked at. If they tell him that needs to be looked at. It can stop, you can look at it. It should take 30 seconds, and then it's done, it's resolved. There can't be an argument. Unfortunately, what is actually happening at the minute is it's taking too long to actually, one, communicate with the referee that you need to go and have a look at it.
Then
He's then responding, okay, why do I need to have a look at it? Then he's got to go walk over and go and have a look at the telly. If he wants to take a casual stroll rather than a gentle jog, that's taking up more time as well. So in certain aspects of it, it works, but I think it depends a lot on the referees as well. I would use it for goal line technology and goal line technology only.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'd just do away.
Because I was under the impression that the only time they actually call for VAR is if they're not sure of their own decision, but that doesn't seem to be the case. That's what I was.
I think it's just changing. They want to get everything spot on, don't they? So I think, as far as the pun goes, all rules are out the window.
Yeah.
It will be a case of they make their decision as and when. All right, like you say, the ref may have given it. They've changed their mind. It may not have given it. They change. It's basically depending on at the moment what goes on in that Moscow office. The rules and the way they set out their plans at the beginning, I think have gone out the window. I mean, there's been more penalties in this World Cup than there was in the whole of the last one. We're only 30 games in out of 60.
The other issue,
says a lot.
The other issue I've got with it as well is if the referee's not sure, you've got 4 people that are looking at it on a screen as well. What's to say they're all in agreement? So is that what's taking time? Because you've got 4 people that are all looking at it.
Yes.
They're having a row between themselves whether they should be looked at or not. What's to say they all agree? They're not all looking at it and thinking, no, that needs to be reviewed. Bang, let's tell the referee, and he goes back and has a look at it. They're probably in arguments about it as well. And again, is that taking the time?
Yeah,
is that why they're getting certain decisions wrong? Because someone's looked at something, think, no, for me that needs to be looked at, and some no, forget about it. They question themselves, they let it go. So is that?
I'm feeling a poll coming on. Keep your eye out, because I think let us know as well. I mean, we know it's just not all racing fans who watch this. We are predominantly that, but we all have a passion for football as well, as a lot of people will out there. I'd love to hear what everyone else's thoughts on that, because it is so divisive.
Yeah.
So it is one of those, and
Well, we could go through these lists of outright winners.
We'll
and
rant
top
next
goals.
week as
We
well.
could go on forever and a day.
Probably rant
but
for 4 hours time.
let's bring it back round then to us then. Obviously, hopefully it's going to be a win for us today.
Yes.
We did a little competition, didn't we, for the Grand National? Yeah, sorry, forgot them for a second. So we're going to do something similar again. Yeah. We're going to offer 3 £5 bets on the England-Belgium game. If you can predict us a score, obviously we all know there's thousands of combination bet, but we'll keep it simple.
Yeah.
We'll just make
everyone's an expert.
Yeah. We'll just make it, a free £5 bet. If you comment, it's coming home down below in the comments. And we'll pick 3 people at random. I didn't tell them that's what it's going to be.
That's a nice touch.
I like it.
So comment below, and then we'll pick 3 people at random, and then give us a correct score. Don't just say England win or lose, whatever. Well, you can't put lose. We won't have that. Give us a score line, and we'll pick 3 people at random, and we'll put it on for them.
Yeah, if you're going to comment, don't forget to subscribe as well. So
get a subscription as well.
But it'd be nice to see if people can get that right. Because I don't think we'd be able to pick it at the moment. So
the optimism of the country and that.
Just go 7-all.
Have a comment and see if you get picked out.
It's coming home. Simple as that.
We're not creative enough. We're not positive enough.
It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home.
We'll go on getting bad results, getting bad results, getting bad results, getting bad results.
It's coming. Football's coming